In 2007, emergency services received a call reporting a massive fire in Charleston. The fire wasn't just a tragedy, but a wake-up call marking the deadliest firefighting disaster since the 9/11 attacks. Emergency crews responded immediately, with the first truck arriving in 3 minutes. How did it all happen? The fire quickly spread through the building, trapping 9 firefighters inside. Despite the tragedy, this story highlights the bravery of heroes who emerge from chaos and adversity. Do you believe that the fire could have been prevented? What safety measures were put in place following this incident? Let's delve into the tragic story of the Charleston Sofa Superstore. On June 18, 2007, Charleston, South Carolina faced one of its darkest hours. It was a nice evening. Shoppers browsed through aisles, employees assisted customers, and the air was filled with the hum of everyday life. As the sun set, an unnoticed fire began its destruction in the smoking area. At 7:07 p.m., a frantic 911 call reported a massive fire behind a warehouse in the city's commercial hub. The location, 1807 Savannah Highway, home to the Sofa Superstore. Firefighters rushed to the scene as the alarms blared at Engine Company 11, abandoning their dinner. Fire responders got to work immediately, attacking the exterior fire. Thick smoke billowed from a loading dock where store workers are supposed to take their cigarette breaks. The situation was escalating and every second was precious. The highest-ranking officer, Assistant Fire Chief Larry Garvin, assumes operational command on the scene. Just a week earlier, he spent an hour in this store selecting furniture for a new fire station down the road. Donning his protective coat and helmet, he enters the building with 2 other firefighters to assess the situation. Initially, he saw no signs of fire inside the building and concluded that the showroom was safe. Once Garvin opened the double doors connecting the main store to the warehouse, the fire ripped them from his hands as it swallowed the fresh oxygen. The force was enormous and he couldn't close the door as the flames rushed to the showroom. There was an unexpected challenge ahead. The store's structure had concealed spaces overhead, known ominously as widowmakers in the firefighting world. These spaces allowed fires to grow undetected. Garvin initially deemed the showroom safe, but as he ventured further, a rush of flames burst through the connecting doors to the warehouse. The situation was spiraling out of control. Reinforcements arrived, and the crews from Ladder 5, Engine 16, and Engine 19 charged inside with hoses, but they faced a frightening enemy. The fire spread rapidly and the water pressure was insufficient. One of the possible reasons was the movement of vehicles over water-hosed pipes on the busy Savannah Highway, disrupting the flow. Radio transmissions revealed their desperation, with calls for more water and the chilling sound of distress alarms from firefighters' air packs. By 7:31 p.m., more than a dozen men had been using their breathing apparatus for over 18 minutes, causing dangerously low oxygen levels. Then at 7:32, a heart-wrenching call comes in. Mayday echoes across the radio. A second firefighter communicates his dying wish to the chief directly. Car 1, please tell my wife that I love you. Chief Thomas issues a radio silence to communicate with the crew inside. With this, another voice is heard from inside, uttering the final words of a solemn prayer. In Jesus' name, amen. 24 minutes into the fire, the chief didn't know how many fighters were still trapped inside. Yet, he was aware of the severity of the fire and possible fatalities. He ordered the smashing of the store's front windows, attempting to rescue trapped firefighters. But this action inadvertently fed the fire even more oxygen, leading to a catastrophic flashover. By 7:38 p.m., the team outside broke the front showroom windows and rushed in to search for the missing firefighters. Unfortunately, the mixture of flammable byproducts ignited and the fire spread rapidly, catching the interior firefighters off guard. Sadly, it was too late for some to evacuate. The showroom roof collapsed, sealing the fate of 9 brave souls. At least 9 other firefighters, including 2 mutual aid firefighters, escaped with minor injuries. The National Institute of Standards and Technology released its final report, claiming the highest number of firefighter deaths in a single event since 9/11. Isn't it tragic? Hit the bell button to get notified about the latest updates regarding these disasters. Are you curious to know how the world remembers these brave souls? What is the aftermath of this terrible fire? Is the Charleston Sofa Superstore rebuilt? Keep watching, as we are going to reveal it. 9 firefighters with over 130 years of combined experience had perished. The community mourned, and tributes poured in from around the world, including from President George W. Bush. Many questions lingered. How did a seemingly routine fire response turn deadly? Investigations revealed a combination of building code violations and outdated firefighting tactics. The Sofa Superstore had been a ticking time bomb with several fire risks overlooked. The Charleston Fire Department faced criticism for its aggressive approach and lack of modern equipment. It said the best way to remove smoke would have been to make a hole in the roof instead of breaking the front windows. However, there were insufficient firefighters or equipment at the scene to follow protocol. It was initially thought that the men had died due to the collapse of the structure's roof. However, the coroner's report found no crushing injuries, concluding that the men died from smoke inhalation and thermal burns. Chief Rusty Thomas accepted the responsibility for the loss of precious lives and retired after releasing the reports. In the following years, several recommendations from the report were implemented. The department upgraded its gear, adopted state-of-the-art equipment, and revamped its strategies. Building code enforcement became a priority, with a dedicated division overseeing compliance. Today, the legacy of the fallen heroes lives on. The Sofa Superstore was never rebuilt. The city bought the 3 acres of land in 2008 and created a park with unique memorial markers for the 9 men at the locations where their bodies were found. The newly built Fire Station 11 stands adjacent to the memorial park, with 9 windows symbolizing the brave souls lost. A bell tolls 9 times every morning, ensuring Charleston always remembers June 18th, 2007. It is indeed said that heroes never die. In remembering the events of June 18, 2007, we honor the memory of the fallen and recognize the progress made in their name. Their sacrifice was not in vain, and it will be in our minds forever. For all things firefighting, remember to hit those like and subscribe buttons to keep up with new content when it drops. And keep us posted in the comments section below if you're enjoying our content. We would love to hear from you.